Our Benedictine 2021 Horizon Award recognizes volunteers, trustees, or external philanthropists who model our mission and values and have been generous in their service. In this video tribute, we want to lift up just some of the attributes written about each of our honorees.
Bob McMahon spent 9 years on Winona's foundation board. He has spent countless hours listening with the ear of his heart by attending carefully to what every person says. He shows respect for their opinions and responds respectfully. Sometimes what he hears changes his own mind. Smart, wise, and truly humble. Thank you, Bob.
Madonna Living Community is graced by the philanthropy of Joan Barton. She has given a tremendous donation to the Benedictine Care Fund, which allows residents who have outlived their financial resources to continue calling Madonna their home. To quote Joan, "It's normal and satisfying to give to your children and family. But what about giving where it is needed, and should I say, not expected?" Thank you so much for your generosity, Joan.
A funding initiative called Tablets for Tenants was a huge benefit for the residents and tenants of Benedictine Living Community Red Wing. They were able to continue to have virtual visits with family and friends thanks to the generosity of these donors.
For the last 13 years, Dick Johnson's wife has been a resident in our Owatonna community. Throughout these years, Dick has been a stellar volunteer, donor, and fundraiser for this community. But he hasn't stopped there. For the last 8 years, he has spent countless hours caring for one of the resident patio garden areas by planting annuals, perennials, not to mention weeding, watering, and maintaining it all. Over the years, the patio has been enjoyed by hundreds of residents, associates, and visitors. Thank you, Dick Johnson.
Volunteers to Serenity Marion were heartbroken not to be able to offer their in-person service for so many months. But one of them had an idea. They pooled together items the residents needed or would enjoy, dropped them at the front door for the wellness team to put them in a homemade lake of sorts, from which residents could go fishing, not for fish, but for books, magazines, lotions, treats, and joke books. We are grateful for the creative dedication of those volunteers.
Another example of volunteers who refused to walk away from their service even at the height of the pandemic. Dave Finkel, volunteer at Serenity Humboldt, was determined to continue to help even though he couldn't enter the building. So he became Dave the grocery guy. He was sent weekly orders from residents, would purchase and deliver. More good news, Dave still takes orders and delivers food post-pandemic. Thank you, Dave.
Hetty's mother lived on the Duluth campus for years. After her mother's death, Hetty wanted to keep her visits and so joined the spiritual care ministry as a volunteer. When she wasn't able to be present during the pandemic, she still showed up via her home-baked treats, beautiful books with Christmas stories to share with the residents, and Christmas cards that she wrote and sent to each resident. A beautiful woman with a beautiful heart. Thank you, Hetty.
In May, Benedictine Living Community Dickinson was honored with a sizable donation by a gentleman who had been a resident there in short-stay rehab. He expressed his gratitude by funding a scholarship to support certified nursing assistants who wished to continue their education and training. Bob had a special appreciation for the hard work and commitment the CNAs showed while he was in residence. Bob, we are grateful for your good generosity.
There's a group of volunteers in the city of Crookston called the Auxiliary. And through the pandemic, they worked hard to bring light, hope, and love to our Crookston living community. They wrapped the trees outside the building with lights. In the warm months, they provided outdoor music, parades, and gave T-shirts to the staff. They raised funds to offer a handicapped accessible bike and a big screen smart TV to be able to offer entertainment for the residents. Crookston volunteers, you are amazing.